Aircraft carriers are symbols of American might. They are floating fortresses. For decades, they have been central to U.S. naval strategy. These ships project power globally. They are essential for maintaining maritime security. Their presence deters adversaries. Carriers also support allies and respond to crises. They have a long and storied history. World War II showcased the power of carriers. They proved crucial in the Pacific theater. Carriers launched aircraft to attack enemy ships and islands. Their importance continued through the Korean and Vietnam Wars. They provided essential air support. During the Cold War, carriers were vital. They enforced no-fly zones and conducted humanitarian missions. More recently, carriers have played key roles in conflicts like Iraq. They have provided close air support and launched strikes. The ability of carriers to operate globally makes them invaluable. They can quickly respond to events around the world. This flexibility is a key asset for the U.S. Navy. These powerful vessels are a testament to American naval dominance. The strategic landscape is changing. New threats challenge U.S. naval dominance. China's military is rapidly growing. It seeks to challenge American power in the Pacific. Russia is also becoming more assertive. These nations are developing advanced weapons systems. These systems are designed to counter U.S. naval power, including aircraft carriers. China's anti-access/area denial, or A2/AD capabilities, are a major concern. China has deployed a vast arsenal of missiles. These missiles can target ships, including carriers. These weapons create a bubble around China's territory. This makes it dangerous for U.S. carriers to operate in these areas. The U.S. Navy must adapt to this new threat. Another challenge is the cost of maintaining aircraft carriers. These ships are expensive to build and operate. Maintenance is complex and time-consuming. The U.S. Navy has a limited number of carriers. This limits its ability to respond to crises. The Navy must balance the need for carriers with other priorities. The aging carrier fleet also presents challenges. Modernization programs are underway. However, keeping these ships operational is a constant effort. The U.S. Navy must find ways to extend the life of its carriers. This requires investment and innovation. The U.S. Navy is not standing still. It is developing new strategies. These strategies will ensure the relevance of aircraft carriers. The Navy is investing in new technologies. These include unmanned aerial systems, or UAS. UAS can extend the reach of carriers. They can conduct surveillance and strike missions. The Navy is also enhancing its carrier defenses. This includes new missile defense systems. These systems will protect carriers from enemy attacks. The Navy is also developing new tactics. These tactics will make carriers more difficult to target. The goal is to maintain a technological edge. Another strategy is to pair carriers with submarines. Submarines are stealthy and deadly. They can operate in areas where carriers cannot. Submarines can provide a powerful deterrent. They can also attack enemy targets. The Navy is increasing its submarine fleet. This will enhance the Navy's ability to counter threats. The Navy is also focusing on distributed maritime operations. This means spreading out its forces. Instead of relying on large, vulnerable platforms, the Navy will use smaller, more agile units. This will make it more difficult for enemies to target U.S. forces. The Navy will also leverage artificial intelligence and autonomous systems. These technologies will enhance situational awareness and decision-making. Aircraft carriers remain a vital part of U.S. naval power. They offer unmatched force projection. Carriers can support a wide range of missions. However, they are not invincible. The U.S. Navy must adapt to new threats. This requires a balanced approach. The Navy needs a mix of platforms. Submarines are an essential part of this mix. They provide a cost-effective complement to carriers. Submarines can operate independently. They can also support carrier strike groups. The Navy must invest in both carriers and submarines. This will ensure a balanced and effective force. The U.S. faces a complex security environment. New threats are emerging. The U.S. Navy must be prepared to meet these challenges. Aircraft carriers will continue to play a vital role, but they cannot do it alone. A balanced force is essential. The Navy must adapt, innovate, and invest. This will ensure American naval dominance for decades to come.